Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts. Find a location near you. Now.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Craving comfort fresh food made from scratch daily? Check out Aspen Creek Grill. Located across from Hamilton Town Center and beside the Holiday Inn, we offer family farm-raised premium Black Agnes steaks hand-cut daily, creamy pastas, salmon chicken, and fall-off-the-bone ribs. Start with our famous powwow shrimp appetizer and don't miss our refreshing drinks. Family-friendly or a great night out with friends. Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, Noblesville. Call 317-559-3300.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
All I ever wanted was to feel loved. He said he loved me. My friends told me it wasn't a big deal. They thought he was so cool, but they didn't know what he wanted me to do.
All I ever wanted was to feel loved. You have no idea the kind of pressure I felt to take things to the next level. Things were moving so fast. I was basically the only person in the freshman class who hadn't done it yet. So, we did.
I loved him.
I thought she loved me.
My health class had CPR at school. I stayed after class to talk with the instructor about it. They showed me that it didn't have to be that way.
They showed me that I get to make my own choices.
There is another way.
That's the best thing CPR gives you. Another way. A better way.
A healthy way. Sometimes you don't see it because you're in your own world, but they don't make you feel bad. They talk to you like a real person, and they save kids from really unhealthy decisions. They tell the truth, and they know what they're talking about. So yeah, my life was different. I started to choose the better way.
I honestly don't know where I'd be or what I'd be doing had it not been for CPR.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts, find a location near you, now.
Hey conductor, how about some
coverage or relive the
your I
and with
a better way. They tell the truth, and they know what they're talking about. So yeah, my life was different. I started to choose the better way.
I honestly don't know where I'd be or what I'd be doing had it not been for CPR.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is game time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts, find a location near you, now.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
I get her, not solo.
You see what I did?
A volleyball Monday night here on IndianaSRN. Welcome to Traders Point Christian Academy. The 7-4 Knights set to try and hold the Tigers of Tindley winless on the year. 2 games on the family of networks, and this is one of them. Thanks so much for joining us. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Morales Group, building better futures, one story at a time. Bertner Electric, serving the greater Indianapolis and surrounding counties. IU Sports Management, begin your journey today. Piper Logistics, from warehousing to transportation, we do it all. And Reynolds Farm Equipment, serving our customers and community since 1955. Alongside Eric Eaton, I'm Jarrett Lewis. Again, thanks so much for joining us, beginning the week off right with some volleyball action. The Tindley Tigers 0-5 on this season, and Traders Point 7-4 is their record, trying to defend home court here tonight and continue on a little bit of a winning streak. They have won 6 of their last 7, Eric. They're playing tremendous volleyball, and they're also undefeated on their home court this year at 4-0.
Well, that is the case. I actually think Tindley they do have a victory on the year. They come in at 1-9, Jarrett. So it's going to be a big challenge here tonight for Tindley on the home floor of the Traders Point Knights. As you mentioned, Traders Point comes in winning 6 of 7 after starting 1-3. Only loss in the last 7 matches was to Park Tudor last week. So they come in red hot. And we'll see how they do here tonight. I know when I last saw them a couple weeks ago against Sheridan, it was a team that came in at that time, I think 1-3 on the year, Sheridan was. And Sheridan hung around in that match. Jarrett, they actually had a 2-1 lead at one point on Traders Point. So that might give Tindley a little bit of confidence, knowing that they might be able to hang in this match tonight here with Traders Point. And
there are 2 girls for Traders Point, 2 upperclassmen that are leading them in kills that they're going to have to try and watch out for. Amanda Quilhot, a junior, leads the team this year with 69 kills. Also 60-plus kills is the senior Olivia Morgan. 2 girls we can expect to move around a lot offensively and attack from the outside, try to pick up a lot of the Traders Point kills, which in their last game they did just that. They had their best kills per set mark this year in their win over International. They had 10.5 kills per set, and they also finished that game with 18 aces.
Yeah, so strong effort for both of those individuals in their last match victory over International, as you said. Both individuals also, Jarrett, played for a sectional championship team a couple seasons ago, so they've got some experience from both Morgan and Quillett, and that's going to be a big factor in tonight's match. The Tigers of Tindley don't have a lot of experience, Jarrett. They've only got 3 upperclassmen on their team. I think they have 8 or 9 freshmen on their varsity roster, so experience could be a big factor here tonight.
Yeah, it sure could, and that was the next thing I was just about to mention, was looking at how many freshmen are on their roster, and it is a bunch. A very young team in Tindley, and they do have that 1-9 record. Most of their losses have been by sweeps, so they might struggle against a Traders Point team who, especially like we said when we opened up the broadcast, just how well they've been playing of late. They've won 6 of their last 7 games under head coach Rob McEwen, and going off of that 3-0 sweep against International, they are riding some sort of wave, and they're looking to extend that wave this afternoon, trying to defend their home court and improve on their 7-4 mark. We'll take our first break. We'll return and preview a little bit more about the Tigers and the Knights on IndianaSRN.
Conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
I get her! Not solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah!
Come on!
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
Welcome back to Whitestown, Indiana, home of the Traders Point Christian Knights. Eric Eaton is here. I'm Jarrett Lewis. 2 volleyball games for you on this Monday night. An early start with our game between the Tigers and the Knights. The later game starting in about half an hour at 7 will be a Circle City matchup with Gearin Catholic and Heritage Christian. Troy D. and the coach will have the call of that one this afternoon. A little bit more about our game. And just a season, it seems like, where the Tigers, as it has gone on, you sense that they're starting to figure things out, play a little bit better, and this is a year of a lot of learning, with all these freshmen and young girls on this team, and just as the season goes along, trying to see a lot of progress.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the big key for their head coach, Logan Howard, is let's see progress each and every match out. We know we have a very young team, as we talked about, 12 freshmen on the varsity roster. We're about a month in the season right now, so you would think that this might be the point where you would think everybody would be together on the same page right now, and you would expect a good effort, I would think, tonight up from Tindley.
And the two girls we mentioned for Traders Point in Morgan and Quillhot up there in kills. Also, Quillhot leads the team in aces with 33, and then there's two girls that are tied for second. Kiri Carrasqueta is at 28 aces, and Olivia Morgan also 28 aces, and that's something that they really did well in their last match against International, was pick up 18 aces, which is the fourth most that they've had in any game this year, 24 being the most. So this is a team they're going to hurt you in a couple different ways, with Quillhot and Morgan on the outside looking for kills, but also their service game is pretty spectacular.
And that's going to be the two big keys tonight for Traders Point in this match, I would expect. And Tindley's going to know, they know a lot about Amanda Quillett, because these two teams played each other last year twice. Tindley won first match 3-0 and the second match in the tournament 2-0. Quillett had 6 kills and 6 aces in the first match and had 4 kills and 3 aces in the second match. So at least the upperclassmen for Tindley know that she's going to be a big factor and a big key tonight for Traders Point. And the key is for Tindley is how do they find a way to neutralize her and make some other individuals beat them.
And that's where Traders Point will be at this weekend, is in a tournament. The Addicts tournament featuring Riverton Park is what's next up on their schedule, and then they'll follow that up with a home game against Greenwood Christian Academy next Thursday.
IndianaSRN game, by the way.
Yes, we've been covering GCA and Traders Point in various sports the past couple of years, and we'll have that for you. Volleyball next Thursday, and for the rest of our schedule this week also, there's action again tomorrow with more volleyball. Covenant Christian is at Chittard. That's a 7 o'clock start, and also Sean and the coach, Keith Myers, will have the Down the Line show at Victory Field. That's beginning at 5 p.m. tomorrow, and then 2 days off up until our big Friday night football with 5 games on the network for you. Make sure you follow us on Twitter so you see all the games upcoming. Mark them down on your calendars. It's been a busy season already. It's hard to believe we're already into week 5 coming up for the football year. And for volleyball, a lot of teams have, been able to put at least 10 or 12 games under their belt. Season's pretty much just flying right by.
Yeah, the sectional draw will be here before we know it for volleyball. We talked about Traders Point started 1-3 on the season, Jarrett, and a couple things to point out. They have a new coach this year, and they also lost an outstanding talent to graduation in Addie Fry. So they had some new things to work out at the beginning of the year, and they seem to be rolling right now, though.
Yes, they sure do. 7-4 is the record right now, as the final warm-ups are wrapping up as we speak. Traders Point in the home whites, Tindley in their road red uniforms. Traders Point Christian is the site for our volleyball action here tonight, Monday night on IndianaSRN. A good way to start off your week. We'll step aside. When we return, we'll have the starting lineups and the first serve of the game. You're watching high school volleyball, powered to you this evening by IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. His land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Time to play some volleyball. The Tigers and the Knights set to square off this evening, 6:30, just a couple minutes after 6:30, but we will get things rolling here shortly. The starting lineup, there's a look at the Tindley Tigers this afternoon. Again, a lot of inexperience, a lot of freshmen, and could see a lot of rotation also. A lot of different girls getting in for Coach Howard of the Tigers.
We'll take a look at some of the keys for the match tonight here. Jarrett first for Tindley out of the Greater Indianapolis Conference. I would think one of the biggest keys for them tonight is, we talked about all the freshmen on their team, is get some good leadership in this match from their 3 upperclassmen. They have 1 senior and 2 juniors on the roster. Going to need some big leadership out of those 3 individuals tonight to get a big road victory here. The other thing is I think that the Tigers would like to get off to a quick start and build some early confidence that they can hang in this match with Traders Point, because Traders Point is going to come in here and be the favorite on paper in this match tonight against Tindley. And the way you can get some confidence early, I think, is one thing, get yourself some free easy points with service aces. The second thing is cut down on aces. And for Traders Point, consistent effort, I think, tonight, Jarrett, for the entirety of the match. As we talked about the match a couple weeks ago against Sheridan, they got off to a 1-0 lead and fell behind two games to 1. So Coach McEwen's going to want to see a great, consistent effort throughout the match and avoid errors tonight here in this match. I think is a key for Traders Point. Start committing a lot of errors, and underdog can easily hang around in the match.
And the Knights meet together right at the top of the key. A couple of final things that they're going to go over before they break and take the floor with their starting 6. And we'll get finally a look at who is going to be the starting 6. We know Quillett will be out there along with Morgan. Also, Chloe Ramirez set to start. Kiri Carrasquedo is out there on the floor as well. And the 6 on the side for the moment for Tindley.
8, 9, 10, 15.
Kayla Leith in the front row. Evan Payne is also up there. Davia Rogers wears number 8. Tindley will be first to serve and get this game underway, going from right to left. And we are underway in Whitestown. Free ball at the top of the net. And it'll be a first point over to the Tigers. Heaven Payne later take advantage.
Nice kill there by Heaven Payne on the overpass by Traders Point.
Knights this time will set up the offense. Quillett in the middle. Whistle and...
net violation, I think, called on Tindley.
So an early whistle from the referees. Knights able to tie things up at 1. Emmy Fry on the serve. A junior for Traders Point. Off balance hit by the Tigers. They set up Quillett on the far side, and she finds some open space in the back corner.
Her first kill of the match, and Traders Point with the lead now.
Get some whistles and a stoppage just briefly. But another serve upcoming for Fry. And it's going to be an ace, and everybody watching it hit the court that time on the side of Tindley.
Jarrett, you talked about in the pregame about all the aces that Traders Point had in its last match against International, and they're starting here quickly with a couple aces here in this match in this first set.
Back to back for Fry. And all of a sudden, it's a 3-point Traders Point lead. Fry working every side of the court. Right to left and back time. Back this time, heading to the right. 3 aces in a row.
And probably the coaching staff is calling that out over on the sideline to try and keep Tindley a little off balance. Don't keep going in the same spot all the time.
She does go to the same spot this time, and the hit won't make it over the net from Payne. Early advantage, 6-1 for Traders Point. Another good serve from Fry.
And with a 7-1 lead here in the first set, we'll see how long Coach Howard of Tindley wants to go before calling a timeout here.
Tindley able to set things up this time, but you can see some of the teammates kind of trying to talk things over after another bad hit, and they can't get it back to the other side. Nice high sets made by the Tigers, but the off-balance hit from Payne won't cut it again.
And much better job of getting the ball to a hitter that time by Tindley, but unfortunately Payne committed an attack here.
9-1 lead, make it 10-1 as Fry has brought in all of the aces. She's got 5 of them. And there is that quick timeout called by the Tigers. Coach Howard will try to talk things over as they trail by 9 early on in the first set.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Just back in time for another Emmy Fry serve. Floating ball over the net, advantage Traders Point. Grace Gallagher is there to pick up the point.
Yeah, kill there for Grace Gallagher, involved in a joust with the individual for Tindley there at the net. That's what you call it when 2 players converge to the net at the same time. Won by Gallagher, and Traders Point extends its lead to 10.
So I'll look at the head coach, Rob McEwen, there briefly. Nicely done there by Tindley. 2 girls actually ran into each other, but found the open space across court.
Was bumped over the net. Perfect placement on that bump over the net, and down for a point for Tindley.
believe that was Kayla Leith. Number 24, the tallest girl on the court. Quillett kind of off balance and threw the arm at it.
And that may be the first error we've seen tonight from Traders Point. So they've done a good job of cutting down the errors, but commit one there.
That serve well out of bounds. Possession back over to the Knights. It will be Quillett upcoming to serve. Leads the team in aces this year with 33.
Good serve.
And there's one right there.
Line drive serve right up the sideline. Ace for Quillett.
Already 6 aces as a team. Emmy Fry, who we mentioned Addie Fry in the pregame.
Her younger sister with the aces.
Losing her to graduation, but Emmy has stepped in this season. Another whistle from the referees. And looked like another net violation. Towards the middle and kind of running into each other. Gives another ace over to Quillett.
2 for her, 7 for the team.
Jump serve just over the net, but just outside the line. Nevaeh Ross, another freshman, checks in for Tindley. Underhand serve from the Tigers. It's going to come up well short. Traders Point now leads 16-4. More substitutions for the Knights. Emily Mongo is checked in.
Another ace.
Good serve. This time it's Olivia Morgan picking up an ace. So 3 different girls now have aces. They have 8 total. So nearly half of their points coming in the serve game, and there's another one.
Just serving deep back middle right now is Morgan, and consecutive aces right in that spot.
Morgan now reaches 30 aces on the season after that one. And either it was touched or it just hit that back line. Nonetheless, it's Morgan again.
Yep, 3 aces now for her.
Traders Point may end up breaking their season mark for aces. They're on a good pace to do just that. Morgan has 4, Fry has 5, and Quillett with 2. They'll use a substitution and bring in Lydia
Huff coming
Huff is in, that's great. And she's just a freshman. Jump serve, but it's going to fall short of the net. Some more substitutions, this time on the side of the Tigers. Tierra Millbrook. Serve from Payne. A bad pass from Traders Point, but it still hits on the side of Tindley.
They got away with it there is because 2 Tindley players tried to go for the ball. They needed to have a little better communication about who was going to take it and probably could have put it down for the kill.
Grace Gallagher, she's also a freshman. Hits it with the left hand. It's towards the back. Did it sneak in? It does not. Nevaeh Rogers, she's in, and now she'll be the one to serve. Down 21-6 here in set number 1. Good serve from Rogers. And at the net, Gallagher took advantage of that free ball that floated up there. She was quick to act on it.
Grace Gallagher, the freshman for the Traders Point Christian Knights, now with a couple of kills here in this first set.
Carrasquedo. It's going to be point for Traders Point.
Got 4 hits there on Tindley.
And we already have seen something we had a feeling we would get a look at. Talking about it in the pregame, a lot of rotation. Traders Point has brought in a lot of girls. Tindley has a lot of those young, inexperienced freshmen that have been rotating in and out.
Carrasquedo with an ace there, and I think everybody that's served so far for Traders Point has at least one ace.
4th different girl to have an ace. Will not have one this time, as it is set point for the Knights. Could be a very quick set number 1. Thanks to 12 aces by Traders Point. Quillett puts it up, and now on the 3rd hit, Lefebvre had to send it over. They'll get another crack at it offensively. Gallagher, a chance for Quillett, and she'll have a kill right there to end the first set. Quillett had 2 kills in that opening frame, and Traders Point takes it down 25-7. Back for set number 2 right after these quick messages. Tonight's broadcast on IndianaSRN is brought to you by Serenity Care Services, an Indiana licensed personal agency and Medicaid waiver service provider in central Indiana. A friendly, competent, and experienced team of caregivers that you have been seeking. Contact them at serenitycareservices.net. A very quick set number 1. You see the score there, 25-7 in favor of the Knights. And just about basically half of those points were via the serve. Plenty of aces to go around between 4 different girls, including Emmy Fry, who started things off with 5 in a row.
Absolutely. 12 aces for Traders Point in that first set, and that was the key to the victory there, 25-7. Also, they had Morgan with 4 aces as well, and so for Tindley, they know what they need to improve on in this second set or game here is they got to get the serve reception shored up here and get the ball to the setter.
Just 2 kills on the side for Tindley. Evan Payne had 1 and Kayla Leaf. We've seen just about everybody on the roster rotate into the game for the Tigers. And same thing for Coach McEwen of Traders Point, rotating in. A lot of different girls. Quillett and Gallagher had 2 kills each. And as expected, at this point in the season, you're also seeing, pretty, for the most part, clean volleyball, not too many penalties on the side of Traders Point. But also a couple of glimpses where slight miscommunication, wondering, who is this ball set up for and who exactly, what kind of offensive rotation they're trying to get going. But other than that, taking care of business.
Yeah, it was a
really good first set. Yeah,
pretty clean first set for Traders Point there. I think they had maybe 3 errors in that first set. So I think Coach McEwen's got to be pretty happy with the effort in that first set. Now I think the key is he wants to see the same type of effort here in this second set.
The Knights trying to stay undefeated this year on their home court. They are 4-0, 4 of their 7 wins. And again, they've won 6 of their previous 7 games. Their lone loss was to a very good Park Tudor team last week on Tuesday. They got swept 3-0. But able to bounce back on Thursday with the 3-0 sweep of their own over International.
Yeah, and we talked about there's some experience on this Traders Point team, some individuals that have been to a sectional championship 2 years in a row, won it 2 years ago. So they feel like, that they're building a program here, Jarrett, and I think that's what they're eyeing is another deep run in the state tournament this year.
It'll be Chloe Ramirez to begin set number 2 with this set, and it may have ended up flying out of bounds, but it's hit in the back row by Tindley, so Ramirez gets into the ace column. Ramirez, one of just a few seniors on this Traders Point roster. She picks up another ace there. Ramirez, yet again, with the right hand and falling right in the middle of everybody. Everyone kind of turns and watches on the side of the Tigers.
Yeah, very difficult serves to try and return there. The line drive dropping quickly from Ramirez.
Ramirez makes it 15 total aces already. And there's another one.
We saw, Emmy Fry begin the match with, 5 aces. And we'll see if Chloe Ramirez can approach the 5 here to start the second set. She's already got 3.
The most aces that Traders Point had in a game was 24.
They got the serve reception, did Tindley that time, but then the setter wasn't able to set it up. Went out of bounds.
The Knights have also
there's an ace.
Reached 23 aces twice this year. Ramirez now has 5 of them. 17 total. And a 6-0 quick lead here in set number 2. This one's going to go too strong outside the back line. Devea Rogers with this serve. A high one that Quillette passes up, and now she'll get a chance for the kill shot. And a good set made by Emmy Fry.
Yeah, perfect pass, perfect set, and a perfect kill there for Quillette.
And now here's Fry again, the one that started the ace party. And she'll start one up here again and have her 6th. Emmy is a junior. She'll have one more year next year. Not a good pass made by Tindley. That's a 9-1 advantage. That pass was just low, and unable to handle it was Millbrook. Fry may end up breaking the individual record for a game in aces. At the top of the net, kind of a stoppage between Morgan and Leith. And the point goes over to the Knights.
Yeah, good pass that time by the Tindley Tigers. Got it to the setter. But when they went up for the attack, unfortunately they got in the net.
Ten-point lead will now become 11. Unable to handle that serve from Fry. This one a high arcing serve, a little different approach this time from Fry, and the Tigers do get things over. The set by Gallagher and the attempt from Morgan. She got it inside that back corner. No, it was just out.
Yeah.
Possession for the Tigers.
Good serve there by Tindley that time.
Able to back up Carrasquedo, and back-to-back points here for Tindley. Another good serve. Quillett from the back line now moves forward, and a lot of mustard on that shot. Quillett has her 4th kill. Gretchen Monday will check in for Quillett after her point. Monday, one of 3 freshmen for Traders Point. And a good serve. It finds its way over. The Tigers, though, quick reaction. Millbrook was in the area. She may have been the one to punch it over.
It tipped it over, got a kill there for Millbrook and her team.
13-4 score. Now Millbrook will be the one to send it back. Tigers may not be on the same page. And you may have heard from the referee, they're going to say that Leith is actually going to be the one to serve, but someone's going to check in for her instead. Looks like it'll be Aaliyah Chaffo. So we have things in order. We're ready to play again. Good serve from Chaffo. Gallagher up for Morgan. Just a light tap over and a free ball. Give the point to Traders Point. And Tindley back into the net again. That's about the 3rd or 4th time.
Another net violation.
Morgan will check out. She'll be replaced by Mongo. Up in the air, Tigers. 3rd hit, it does get over. And not the best pass from Gallagher, and she knew it. Carrasquedo not in the best position to get the attempt.
Yeah, that was an error off of a free ball, so that's a miscue that you wouldn't be thinking that a Traders Point team that's come in winning 6-7 at this point in time would be making at this point in the season.
Gallagher this time, much better pass over to Carrasquedo, and she is rewarded with her 1st kill. Kiri is a junior, Melanie Carrasquedo a sophomore, and it'll be Melanie coming in to do the serving. Off the top of the net. Tigers do handle it. Far side, Carrasquedo, and Tigers can't handle that one.
Yeah, so it'll be a kill there for Kiri Carrasquedo on an off-speed shot.
And now her younger sister, Melanie. That one is wisely let go out of bounds by Tindley. Good serve there. That's an ace. The first of the night for the Tigers. But this one is followed up short and into the net. Back to a 10-point advantage for the Knights. Savannah Lefebvre checks in, replacing Monday. And I believe with Monday getting into the game, everyone on the varsity roster for Traders Point has had action tonight. There's an ace for Kiri Carrasquedo. Her 29th on the season, which is third on the team, and now she has 30. Much stronger on the hit from Carrasquedo. Leith checks back in. She has one of the few kills by the Tindley offense tonight. A long way to track that one down as Fry, but she does. The Knights still get bailed out and pick up the point. Ramirez, who already has 5 aces in this set, is back to serve again. Big time hit on the reception, goes out of bounds. So Ramirez now 6 aces in the set.
Yep, the Tigers have certainly had a difficult time returning her serve here.
Traders Point had 12 aces in the first, and they're looking really good, getting close to that mark again with 11.
Now they're going to check in Lydia Huff now.
Huff, the freshman. Coach McEwen trying to get her some reps serving the ball. A couple of substitutions while we have this time. I want to let you know this set is brought to you by Pat Cherry Insurance. Our staff will provide you with over 40 years of trusted expertise and knowledge to help protect your assets. 317-894-7000 or email them at pat@cherryinsAgency.com.
Leith with the kill there for Tindley at the net.
And Leith is just a freshman too, and she really shows a lot of promise, not just because of her height, but I mean the height is definitely a huge factor, being able to play at the net and get those kill opportunities.
Yeah, look for her to be a pretty solid middle hitter, I think, as she gets some more experience under her belt.
Fry faked the serve and decided to plop it over with the left hand. Fry had 8 aces, and there has her first kill. And could perhaps tack on a few more. Good effective serve, but a good pass made by the Tigers.
Yep, overpass there. Landed in the right spot, though, for the point.
Tindley a much better set this time. Fry puts it up for Carrasquedo, and towards the back, running out of room. Another Traders point is added, and here is set point.
Yep, Melanie Carrasquedo with that kill.
There's been 5 different Knights players with kills. Savannah Lefebvre trying to put an end to set number 2, and she will. 25-12 score this time. The Knights with a commanding 2-set lead over the visiting Tindley Tigers. Will have set number 3 on IndianaSRN when we return.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
We're back in Whitestown, Indiana. Traders Point again doing very well on their home court. 25-7 in the first. Tindley, a much better second set, but we're down 25-12. And speaking of 12, that's how many aces we had in set number 1. That's how many aces we had in set number 2 for the Knights.
So roughly nearly half of their points here in this match off the ace.
And 24 aces also matches their season best, but that came in 3 sets. So we've only gone through 2 here and still have 1 more to go. And this third set upcoming is brought to you by Tam's Sweet and Savory Cafe, a great atmosphere for breakfast or brunch. They're open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tammy and her staff are waiting to serve you and your family. Try the biscuits and gravy or the quiche. Coach recommends the BLT. I've heard many good things about the BLT, so I might have to try it myself. Located at 6427 Oak Landon Road in Indy.
So Coach Rob McEwen for Traders Point, you can see him there talking things over with his team here as we get ready for the third game. Jared, he knows that you're not going to. His team's not going to get 24 aces in every match. I think one of the things that he's got to probably be just as equally proud about tonight is that I found him with 3 errors in each of the first 2 games. So that's one of the things that he would be pointing to right now is let's keep those errors down around 3 to 5 again here in this game.
I'm sure the same thing could be said on the other side for Coach Howard is, this is a pretty good Traders Point team. We're not receiving their serves very well, so let's work on that. Let's still try and work and improve on the basics and put together a good finish to this set number 3.
Yeah, so they had 12 points in the second game. Let's see if we can improve on that. Maybe we get up to 20 here in this third game, and then when we get to 20, we might be able to challenge for the set win.
Want to remind you before the set 3 gets going, this broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of picture, video, and audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. And also, again, the other volleyball game tonight on our network between Gearin Catholic and Heritage Christian has gotten underway with Troy and the coach. That game being played at Heritage Christian. They're in set number 1 as we speak. Set number 3, meanwhile, is underway with the Tigers, and Rogers on the serve. A pretty effective one. Morgan from the middle, just a little tap towards the back. And an awkward spot to try and get that hit off running to your right.
So Morgan with a kill starts our scoring here in this third game.
And now with the possession, the first serve from Emmy Fry, who's leading the team in aces tonight with her 9th right there.
I think every time she stepped back to serve, her first serve, I think, has resulted in an ace.
Too strong that time. Really, that's only been where the errors have come from for Traders Point, is just too strong or too short on the serves. Gallagher was going backwards, and the referee caught her for something as she tried to reach it over the net.
And I think that ball actually did hit the antenna, I think.
Yes, it did. Gallagher much better set this time for Quillett. Good reception for Tindley. Another attempt, this time for Morgan, and Morgan's been pretty effective working the middle of the floor tonight for the Knights.
Yes, she has, and 2 kills for her here in this game right from that middle hitter position, as you said.
Olivia Morgan, a senior, second on the team in kills, now has 64 on the season. And she'll get another chance here. Good save, but nobody there to follow it up for Leith.
And Morgan's with relatively little block. She's doing a good job of snapping that wrist down and making that return very difficult.
Quillett's serve does catch the line, excuse me. And the corner referees that they bring out onto the court, volunteers right there on top of things. Good set and an attempt will head out of bounds for Tindley, but one of the first times we've really seen them be able to set up something offensively with a good set in an attempt. Quillett, that serve into the net. 4 kills tonight and 3 aces for her. She's gone over 70 kills now in this season. Tiger substitutions. Chaffeau checks back in.
She has a nice high short serve.
Pushed towards the back by Carrasquedo. Nice backline attack for the Tigers. Morgan, just a little floater over the net, and it is over the outstretched arms of the 2 blockers.
Yeah, I think the reason she got that over the net down for a kill is because it clipped the net. Had it not clipped the net, I think Tindley might have been there for the dig.
7-3 lead. This third set. And there's a kill for the Tigers. It's off. I think it was deflected off of Ramirez at the line.
Went off the block that time. I think it was Heaven Payne with that kill.
And if that's the case, Payne has her second tonight. Her and Leith both 2 kills. Gallagher, the usual setter, put things up for Ramirez, but blocked.
Blocked there at the net there. And I think that was Payne in there on that block.
And Nevaeh Ross also in on the mix. Very short serve. Morgan had to fly in and slide to save it. Free ball. Ross went after it. Morgan just a little bump. Towards the back, and good execution there by Tindley. Attacking that back corner.
Yeah, we're seeing Tindley with much better passing here, I think, here in this third game than we saw in the first 2 games. And they're within 1 because of it.
3 straight points. That serve is in. Second ace tonight, and this time it's Millbrook. Four straight points for the Tindley Tigers. Another short serve from Millbrook. Gallagher over the head, as does Morgan. Gallagher has to come swooping in. Sets up an attempt for Ramirez. And Ramirez, for the first time, has a kill.
Going back right corner for that kill there.
Knights retake the lead. Whistle and a timeout. Not sure who called it, but Tigers making things interesting here in set number 3. Will step aside with an 8-7 score.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Welcome back to Traders Point Christian Academy. This will be Gallagher with the serve. Towards the back line, and Millbrook didn't give her girls an opportunity. Gallagher becomes the 6th different server for Traders Point with an ace, and now she has multiple.
Tindley done a good job hanging in there in this third game. They don't want to get away from this third game, get away from them right here at this point off the serving from Gallagher.
4 kills and now 5 aces in this set make up 11 of the points for Traders Point. Gallagher, though, this time throws a fastball into the net. Melanie Carrasquedo will replace Gallagher. Just in. Very interesting spot to place that serve.
Yeah, and then what happened there is I think that Kiri Carrasquedo went over the center line there, trying to get that ball.
Pretty effective serve. That might be the toughest spot to put it. Right over the net, but also right there at the sideline next to the referee. Far side, Ramirez had a attempt.
And attack here. Tindley back to within 1 again here.
They trailed by 7-3, came back and tied things up. Now they had a chance to tie it up there, but the serve is going to be short, make it a 2-point advantage. Kiri Carrasquedo so far tonight, 3 aces and 2 kills. And the pass from Chaffeau heads into the seats. Another serve directed at Chaffeau, but this time the Tigers are able to get things back over. Fry puts up for Quillett, who had to backpedal. And she may get another chance here. Actually, it's going to be Ramirez, and Ramirez has her 2nd kill.
Good dig by Tindley on the first attack there by Quillett, but unfortunately could not get there on the 2nd attack from Ramirez.
Good serve from Kiri. And Tindley keeps going backwards. That 3rd hit won't make it over the net. Another Traders point is added, 15-10. Chaffoe, a pass towards the net. No one's able to get a handle on it. Carrasquedo, a couple of aces in this third set. Fry, far side, Quillette blocked at the line, but it was just outside. Good try there by the front line of Tindley.
Great effort on that block attempt by Tindley. Unfortunately, they just could not quite keep it in the court of play.
And now all of a sudden it's a Traders Point run. They've scored 7 straight to make it 18-10.
See if Tindley might call a timeout here.
It's all or nothing at this point for the Tigers. Chaffoe on the pass, and Payne was in a tough spot. Towards the back line, they opt to let it go, and a good decision made by Millbrook.
Yeah, a good job of communication there by the Tindley Tigers. You could hear them call out. That's what you want to do.
Leith comes back in. Also a substitution for Traders Point. Officials doing a nice job tonight. If you want to become an IHSAA official, contact the office, IHSAA.org. Stay in shape. Stay a part of the game. 20 different sports sanctioned by the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Emily Mongu checks back in. Gretchen Monday is also out there. That serve heads out of bounds. Pushing 5 are the Traders Point Knights. This third set is also brought to you by Indiana Mulch and Stone. Since inception in 1987, they've been dedicated to providing the highest quality products to landscapers, businesses, and residents in central Indiana. Last 35 years, they will continue to follow their success. IndianaMulch.com.
Well, Traders Point closing in now on a match victory.
Was that another ace for Fry also?
No, that was a service error on Tindley.
Okay. Because Fry is very close to double-digit aces. She has 9. And just 3 more points left to pick up for the Knights. Savannah Lefebvre will now replace Fry. The Tigers got better as the night went on, though. Much better set number 2. And the offense finding a little bit of groove here and there to pick up 12 points again here in set number 3. But the Knights using a lot of runs thanks to their service game.
Yeah, Quillette just too good of a player to give her an overpass. She knows exactly what to do with it.
That pass again goes over. Morgan with an attempt. Good passing made by the Tigers. Gives a chance for Leith, and she almost came away with it.
Yeah, just a little bit outside on that little tip on the sideline.
24-12. Match point for the Knights. Serve towards the far side and hugging that line. Unable to keep it in play. Traders Point. They take care of business on their home court. Sets 2 and 3 are scored 25-12. A 3-0 sweep, back-to-back 3-0 sweeps for Traders Point. And real quickly, gonna count out these aces in set number 3. It looks like just 7 in that set for the Knights. So on the night they finished with 31 aces, which is a season high. And of course we saw tremendous play from Olivia Morgan. She finished with 3 kills. Quillette will finish with 4. 2 kills also from Chloe Ramirez. And also Coach McEwen able to utilize a lot of his underclassmen, get some freshmen and sophomores in there and get some playing time.
Yeah, and they only had, like, I think 10 errors in a 3-set match, so that's not that many errors, about 3 per game there. So a pretty efficient game here for Traders Point as they improved to 8-3 on the year, and pretty much, as you said, everybody that stepped onto the floor contributed tonight for the Knights.
And maybe the quickest volleyball match we've ever had. I think we only had 50 minutes of gameplay as we had the 6:30 start, or actually it was a little after 6:30. It was about 6:40, and now we just ended at 7:30. So Traders Point moves on to 8-4 this season. Tindley drops their 10th game on the year, and Traders Point will next up have that tournament this weekend on Saturday. They've won 7 of their last 8 games. So with that, we'll wrap things up. Thanks to our cameraman, Nick Lewis, our producer tonight, Greg Smith, and for Eric Eaton, I'm Jarrett Lewis saying so long for now. A couple of games for you tomorrow on the network, and then also prepare for our Friday night football. 5 games for you in Week 5 of football right here on IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Really?